$183 billion went to small businesses last year in federal contracts. But here's what nobody's telling you. A growing chunk of those contracts now require something called CMMC certification. And if you don't have it, you're not even getting to the starting line. So in this video, I'm going to explain what CMMC is, how it affects MWBE owners specifically, and what happens if you ignore it. Because trust me, you don't want to miss this one. Welcome to the MWBE Show. I'm your host, Mike, and let's get right to it. So first things first, what is CMMC? It stands for Cybersecurity Maturity Model Certification. I know it's a mouthful, but basically the Department of War said, we're tired of our contractors having weak cybersecurity. So they created this framework. It became effective December 2024 and started enforcement last year in November. And right now, the Department of War assessments are already underway. This isn't something coming down the road. This is here right now. There are 3 levels. Level 1 is basic. This is what they call basic safeguarding of federal contract information, or FCI. There's going to be a lot of acronyms here. Level 2 is where it gets serious. That's for handling what they call CUI, or controlled unclassified information. And level 3 is the highest. That's for really sensitive stuff. Now you might be thinking, Mike, I'm a small contractor or a subcontractor. I'm not handling classified documents. And I hear you. But here's where the domino effect kicks in. So here's how this works. Let's say there's a prime contractor. They've got a big DOW contract. They have to be CMMC compliant, which means that they have to be certified. But the requirement doesn't stop with them. It trickles down to you. If you're a subcontractor handling certain types of information, even something as simple as a drawing for a project, or you might be supplying food and water, you may now need to be CMMC certified too. And I know what you're thinking. I just supply food and water. I'm not in cybersecurity. It doesn't matter. The moment you receive a contract, that piece of paper, that's considered FCI once you issued a contract. So that's federal contracting information. And at that point, you're in scope. I touched on this on a previous video, but here's what I didn't get into. What happens when you don't comply? So let me hit you with something that should get your attention. If your cybersecurity reporting is inaccurate, meaning you said you were compliant and you weren't, you can face massive liability under the False Claims Act. And here's the part that really stings. Somebody can actually report you and receive something like 25% of the contract value from you. So think about that. You're a competitor, a disgruntled employee, whoever. They can rat you out and get paid for it easily. So treat cybersecurity as your ID check at the door. Without it, you simply just won't get in. All right, so what do you actually do about this? I'm going to give you 3 steps, and I'm keeping this practical because I know you don't have time for elaborate theory. Number 1, find out what level you need. Look at your current contracts or the contracts you're going after. Are you handling FCI? That's level 1. That requires a self-assessment and compliance with 17 practices. I'm not going to get into the practices now. I'll do that in another video. Are you handling CUI? That's level 2. That requires a certified assessor. And keep in mind that if you're looking at level 2, handling CUI, you also have to comply with level 1, which is FCI. So all of the practices between CUI and FCI total 110 practices. And that requires a certified assessor. So you need to know which lane you're in before you spend a dime. Number 2, register in SPRS. That's the Supplier Performance Risk System. As of November 2025, every system handling federal contract information must be registered in SPRS. If you're not in there, you're invisible to the DOW buyers, period. Number 3, don't go it alone. CMMC compliance is not a DIY project, especially if you're not familiar with CMMC at all. You need a C3PAO, which is a certified third-party assessment organization, or a consultant to work with you in order to do pre-assessments and help you get ready for an assessment or for self-assessment. And the C3PAO would assess you at level 2. And if you pass level 2, then you become certified. And if you're a smaller firm, look for IT service providers that specialize in small business compliance. But more specifically, you can hire independent contractors that are CCPs and CCAs, which are CMMC certified professionals or CMMC certified assessors, or you can hire an RP, which is a registered provider, or an RPO, which is a registered provider organization. All of these folks specialize in CMMC. They either do consulting or assessments and certification, or they do everything, right? But just a quick note here, if someone is, you hire someone to do consulting to help you on a pre-assessment, they cannot be part of the assessment. So the C3PAO is your consultant to help you get ready. They cannot be the ones to also assess you. It doesn't work that way. There's this whole compliance thing, and that the C3PAOs have to comply with. So the cost is real, but so is the revenue you're leaving on the table by not being certified. Now here's the part that a lot of people miss. This is actually an opportunity, because a lot of firms, especially small firms, are going to look at CMMC and say, this is too complicated, this is too expensive, I'm out of here. Which means less competition for you. If you get certified, you become a rare commodity. You become sought after because you have this certification. And primes are required to have small business subcontracting plans. And they're struggling to find compliant partners. So your CMMC certification isn't just a cost, it's leverage. You can make money by being CMMC certified. It's your way in the door while everybody else is standing outside wondering, what happened, right? And that's actually happening now. There are many, many subcontractors that are sitting on their laurels, not paying attention to this, and they're either going to be out of a contract or will not be able to get contracts at all, but you're going to be there to pick up those pieces. And look, I've been in your shoes. I've had to float contracts because payments were delayed. I've had to put clauses in at the state level to protect myself. I know what it's like to feel like the system is set up against you. But this is one of those moments where the system is actually creating an opening. So don't waste it. So here's the bottom line. CMMC is not optional if you want to do business with the federal government. It's your ID check at the door. Get clear on what level you need. Get registered in SPRS and find the right partner to get you certified. Because the firms that figure this out now are going to eat up the contracts that others are leaving behind. And $183 billion went to small businesses last year. Let that be you. If you have questions about CMMC, drop them in the comments. I'm going to do a follow-up video going deeper into level 1 and level 2 specifically, what it costs, how long it takes, and whether you can bid on contracts while you're getting certified. So like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.